When a patient comes in and they're identified as end of life, we have a GSF registration. If people are GSF Red, and it's called a fast track home, I will speak to the family and the patient regarding the preferred place of care. If the preferred place of care is home, we can do that usually within 24 hours, depending on the equipment and the needs that they have.
The GSF has made a big difference to our patients. We've had a gentleman recently on the ward. Preferred place of care was hospital, but in particular on this ward, Ward 37, it was bed 5, being next to the open window, next to overlooking the trees at the front of the hospital. And because that was in his PPC, we could plan ahead. We knew if he was poorly, he came to our ward, and then we could organise that bed in particular for that gentleman. So that made a heck of a difference to his quality of life.
We've done a lot of work with the Gold Standards framework here in Morecambe Bay, and some of our wards have also been accredited, which means that they have demonstrated that they've reached a really high standard, and you can have confidence that the care is superb around end-of-life care.
We wanted a calm, quiet environment for patients and the families to spend the last days of their lives. I think the Maple Suite enables us to provide compassionate care to families at this terrible stage in their lives, and we enable them to do whatever they want in this room and just to spend quality time as a family.
So the Gold Standards framework is about caring for all patients with life-limiting illnesses, not just cancer. So it's patients with heart disease, lung disease, dementia, the elderly frail. These are very vulnerable people, and it's important that we get the care right for them.
We've adopted the Dragonfly Symbol so that people, our staff, when they see that symbol, they know that that family need that little bit of extra care, that little extra bit of compassion, and they're likely to be easily upset.
To be able to deliver good, effective end-of-life care, the whole hospital has to be involved in that process, all the way through the hospital, including people like the porters who have been well involved, the catering teams, obviously the nurses and the doctors on the wards, the midwives, the car park attendants, and obviously the end-of-life team, and the bereavement officers and the bereavement nurses.
We find that when staff are educated and they have the skills, they can really give that excellent care. It's so important to get care right at the end of life, not just for the person themselves, but also for the family and afterwards.
Yeah, the bereavement training was really good for my role within the NHS, because it helps us deal with the different types of situations you might have with bereaved families, and the training helped us to be able to say the right things and help them sort of transition through the period that they're going through.
So when someone dies, the care they receive on the ward doesn't stop. It continues here with our team in the mortuary. Our role is to ensure that we look after them while they're with us here within the mortuary, providing care, dignity and respect to all. And also, I suppose sometimes that is just a shoulder to cry on, and let them have a chat to us, or even just a caring friendly hug.
We see families from diagnosis, and then we follow them into the community, and we support them throughout that bereavement, and then we support them into the next pregnancy as well. We work closely with the mortuary and pathology, and we also work with Tiger Lily as well, which is a support group who provides miscarriage care packages with a few bits and bobs for mum to take home, and they also provide stillbirth boxes as well.
We offer handprints and locks of hair for families, and also support, so we go out to people's homes and support them through the process with the coroner, alongside the coroner's officers, so that everyone's informed and supported along the journey.
Death Cafe is a blindingly simple idea really. It does exactly what it says on the tin, to use that cliche. We have a cafe where people get a cup of tea, a coffee, a piece of cake, and we give them some questions about death and dying and just let them talk about it. They've got their cup of tea, their piece of cake, there's a pile of cards goes on the table like this called Grave Talk that we use, and we ask people simply to turn over the top card. In this case, the top card is, should people talk more about death and dying? Should they or shouldn't they? It roots it and grounds it in people's everyday life and everyday understanding, and that's what we do.